question one on everything. What up, guys? Jason Guyman here with King of Pressure Wash. And tonight we're going to talk about how we can grow our business and be successful, and how we can look at things to be able to 10x our business. That is our goal, right? Is to 10x our business. And so that is what I am going to do. This is my first time that I'm actually trying to do it on TikTok with my phone. I don't know how this is going to work. I will try to stay up here on your questions on TikTok and on the computer. So if you do have a question on TikTok, don't hesitate to ask, and we will get this going. Again, this is new to me for TikTok, and I was talking to somebody. What? I already got one thumb down. Come on, dude. Really? So we'll get started here. So we got, so tonight I want to talk about how we can 10x our business. How can we go from a $200 average ticket to a $2,000 average ticket? How can we make more money, do less work, and is it really possible? A lot of times people don't think we can make more money and do less work. And so it is something that people think that we need to do whatever. And so those are some things that we're going to hit on tonight. And so a lot of this, I've been reading the book, and the book of the week that I would highly suggest if you haven't read it yet is this book right here called 10X is Easier Than 2X. It is a great book. It is definitely a book that you will want to read, so that way you can grow your business doing pressure washing and whatever else it may be. So 10X is easier than 2X. It is a great book. It is definitely something that you can do, and it's definitely something that you will be able to grow your business, scale your business, get it to where you want to be at, and be able to have time freedom, be able to have financial freedom, be able to have everything along those lines. That way you can do your thing. And I know this side here, actually this side here, I about poked my eyeball out last night. I was mowing the grass and it was getting dark because I actually went scuba diving yesterday. I went up to Natural Springs Quarry, which is a little ways. It's about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes away. And I went scuba diving yesterday, so that's kind of why I've been a lot here for the sun. And so it is definitely, I was mowing grass last night, and there's in my backyard, there's a tree, and I seen the green leaves, but I didn't see the one dead stick sit there. It hit me right in the face. Luckily, it didn't poke my eyeball out, so that would have been really, really bad, right? And so I didn't do that, so that way I was able to keep mowing the grass, and finally I was like, I guess I'm done at this point because it hurt. I did get some sun yesterday. I was scuba diving. Again, I didn't know I was going to, I didn't plan ahead, and that's what happens when you plan ahead. Was me typo. I fixed it. Awesome. Yeah, especially Reggie Bryce. So before we get started here, we're going to see who we got in our YouTube and our Facebook and LinkedIn. I see we got some people here. Hey man, you probably get a lot of questions, but I hit a stump. Where do I get good leads? Like Facebook. That's a great question, Billy. I will definitely ask that. I will answer that question here. You may have to ask me a little bit later because I want to get some of this, what I'll be talking about, will be answering that question too. So, but before we get started, I always like to see, if you didn't know, I go live every Wednesday and Sunday night at 9 o'clock. If you want to know when I go live, you can text me or text this number at 859-696-1101. And here you will, I send a text out every time we go live, so that way you know when Jason goes live. We got Alvin in here. He said, I'm ready. What's up, Jason? From Brian. Harrison, hey, from Michigan. Larry, what's up? Facebook user, it's Guyman. It's Jason Guyman. Chris Johnson's in the house. Chris Johnson is a rock star. We got the man who is never afraid to try anything new. You're not right? And it is, right? I'm trying new things, and I'm going to hit on some stuff of when a lot of times we think that you can pin a comment now, okay. So this is something that you can do that I do try new things, right? I'm not hesitant of trying new things at all. I think that trying new things is definitely good, and it is good for you. Sometimes it's hard because it's uncomfortable. It doesn't feel right. It's one of those things that you just may not think that you want to do, and to be able to try new things because I'm old, I'm young, I'm whatever excuse that you may have going on. Hey everyone, how's it going? Sunscreen. Got to keep running forward. TC's in the house. What's up? Kentucky Pro Wash. Let's go. At this point in the year, I'm only 5K away from last year's sales. That's high five, dude. That's awesome, man. That is for sure high five to see that you've grown that much, because it is important that we grow, right? It is important that we do the things that we need to do to grow our pressure washing business. He is so amazing. Got to tell those $99 guys, they do more work for less money, and that's basically what it comes down to. I got a guy at work who wants me to strip his deck and to be painted. Tips for a newbie member: yes, charge $6 a foot to clean it and seal it, and it's going to be a pain in the butt, for sure. Jason, what's up, Dan? Let's see. With me drinking beer. Lots of comments, not a lot of likes. Come on, man. Jason, are the classes for Indy already full? They are not. If you want to go check out and sign up, you can go check out and sign up. Again, you can go to KPW Train. That is an in-person training that is hands-on pressure washing and Christmas lights. And Christmas lights are freaking amazing. If you're not doing Christmas lights is an amazing business. It is one of the businesses that I would highly recommend you to start and grow your Christmas light business. I've got guys doing Christmas light business their first year, and they're hitting $100,000. I've got guys in their first year hit $200,000. I had one guy hit $250,000. And so that is an awesome business. So Christmas lights and pressure washing, you can go to KPW Train and it will take you there. What's up, man? We got a lot of people in here tonight talking. I haven't even got through here. Long time podcast listener, first time YouTube from Iowa. Thank you. I had a good number this week. Good. I'm old. Yep, you are old, Al. There's a lot of old people. I'm in my second month, just having a hard time getting jobs, but grinding it out. And it takes time. It's not something that's just going to happen overnight. It takes a lot of time trying to narrow in on my prices. Just hopped on to say, hey, wife went into labor, going to the hospital soon for baby number 3. That's Mr. Chris. That's awesome. Hope everything goes well for you. And pray that everything does go well for you. All right, so let's talk about how to get our average ticket up, right? I've talked about this before, but I'm gonna talk a little bit differently than I normally talk about, right? Because this is something that a lot of times people sit there and they think that they need to 10x something, they need to 10 times something, and that's not always the case. A lot of it is finding out what we need to do to be able to get our average ticket from $200-$300 to $1,000 to $2,000. And so first off, we got to believe that you can make $2,000 from a house, right? You got to be able to understand and be able to ask for that. Otherwise, it doesn't happen. And so these are things that you have to think about when we are bidding, when we're looking for the right customers. Are we looking in the right areas? And so these are things that I take something that a lot of people don't do, and they don't start looking for the ideal customer needs, right? And so we start getting jobs and we start bidding them at $200-$300, and we get comfortable there, and we won't ever raise our pricing. So if we want to get our average ticket up, and if you don't know your average ticket, that's the first thing you need to know. What is your average ticket? A lot of people, I'll ask, what's your average ticket? And they will be like, well, it's somewhere between $300 and $500. You don't know what your average ticket is. And if you don't know what your average ticket is, and it's not like Chris Johnson here, that his average ticket overall is $1,945. That tells me that Chris Johnson knows his number, knows his average ticket, and this is important as we grow and scale. This is something that a lot of people don't like to do as we are trying to grow and scale our business. We don't want to know the numbers because the numbers can be scary. They can be scary good, they can be scary bad. A lot of times if we don't look at our numbers, we don't know that we're not making money. We think, man, I made $300 a day and that was a good job. And you didn't know that you lost money that day because you don't know your numbers of how much it cost you to get that job. You don't know how much it cost you to run that job. And this is something that you have to start first of knowing our numbers so that way we can get to the level where we want to go. So how do we get from 200 to there? First thing is we need to identify our customers' needs, right? Some of it is identifying our customers, because the 20% of the best customers are the ones we need to go after. The 80%, we actually need to fire them and go after more of the 20% customers. And what you will learn is you will do less business, or you will do less business but make more money, right? And that's what it's all about. It doesn't matter if we're in pressure washing, in landscaping, in Christmas lights. It doesn't matter what business you're in. You know, like I said, the book that's 10x is easier than 2x. A lot of times we think, you know, I can just double my business. And how am I going to do that? I'm going to just double the work and I'm going to double my business. But in reality, it's easier to 10x it than it is to 2x. So let's talk about it this way. So a lot of times, if a person was, all they made was $100, right? $100, that's all they made. We'll put it more on a scale of what, you know, you're at a place and it's $100, right? $100, and you ask them for $50. That's a lot of money. They don't have no more money than $50. But you go ask a person that's making $150,000 and you ask them for $100, that's like $1, right? That's like asking the guy that's only got $100 $1 to the guy that's at $100,000. And so this is why it is important that we focus on our right customers. A lot of times people want to sit there and they want to focus on all of these different customers, and that's not where we want to be at. We want to have our customers that are the best customers out there. And what you will find out is the $200 and $300 customers, you will get more complaints, you will get more issues, you will get more problems, all from those cheap customers. The high customers, it's not no big deal to them because that $50 to that $100 is a lot of money to that person. But if he's making $1,000 and pays $50, it ain't nothing, right? And so this is why it is important that we get the problems that we need to be able to grow our business, be successful, and do this. So one is find out identify our customer, and then the next thing is identify our customer needs, right? What do they need? What can we specialize in? What is one thing that we can go deep in and be the best of the best at? You know, a lot of times we want to be the best of everything. We want to do everything. We do everything. And that's not, when you see most success comes from people that niche down, people that go into a certain area. Maybe it's commercial, maybe it's commercial apartment buildings, maybe it's commercial drive or sidewalk cleaning, maybe it's like little, or maybe it's like little pressure washing and it's gas stations, right? It's back to niching down, getting that niche and being able to be successful. And so when you find this and you find out who your customer is and you do this, this is what makes the most sense for people. A lot of people want to be everything for everybody, and you can't. That's a problem. You can't service every customer. If your close rate is above 50, 60%, you're too cheap, right? You need to raise your prices. And so how do we get at big, high average ticket? By raising our prices. The more you raise your prices, the more money you make, the less work you do, and the better off you are. So that's why it's important that we raise our prices. What do you use for gutter brightening? I had issues with F13 being too strong. That's the thing about gut stuff, is you got to dilute it down. You got to dilute it down to like 10 to 1 or even 20 to 1. It's Kyle, just so you know. All right, so next thing is you got to offer packages. If you're not offering packages, someone comes in to buy their $300 house wash and you don't offer them a $1,000, $1,500 package, you're only going to make $300. You will never overcome your $300 average ticket. If you offer them house wash, window cleaning, driveway cleaning, patio cleaning, deck cleaning, all of those cleanings, and we get that average ticket up to $2,000, $3,000, your average ticket will find it. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Facebook and different things, because I haven't seen them in here yet, but Dan and Lindy, they've been killing it, right? And they do these big giant houses. Like, she did a bid today, I think it was $12,000, $14,000, something crazy, right? Some crazy number out there. And so she did this big bid and they got this big job, big crazy stuff. And, once you start doing one and you start working on those customers, you're going to treat those customers a lot different. And this is what's going to set you apart. How do we set ourselves apart so that way we can be the most expensive, we can do the most things, and this is what you need to do, right? These are the things that you will need to do. And that is have amazing customer service, right? Have the best service out there and you do the best. When we're talking about bringing our average close down, right? So we're not at 80%, we're not at 60%, we're at 50%, we might be at 40%, but I can give that customer all that customer needs and give them even better work, and we can give them quality instead of quantity. Because quantity just means we're going to spend more money on chemicals, we're going to spend more money on gas driving around all these other jobs, and we're going to take more time. And if we work on quality and we give this customer the best amazing customer service. I had Tristan on here. If you are not following Tristan on TikTok, go follow him. He's also on YouTube. He's the Young Pressure Washer, I think is his handle. And he was talking about how he did is, I'm going to see if I can share it. I won't be able to share it on TikTok, but actually I can share it on TikTok. But I want to show you this house that Lindy did here. So you can see this little house here, and she put on there, what did she put? She put Tyler down there. I don't even know what she put. I don't know. But anyway, that is what you can do so that way you can get those high jobs, right? When we start getting bigger jobs, bigger money comes in with it. And that's the important part. We want to, when we start quoting those bigger jobs and we start doing those bigger jobs and we ask for referrals, if you're not asking for referrals, you should be asking for referrals, because referrals are, rich people have other rich people. And so if you're not around those people, you're not going to get those other higher average tickets. So that's why it is important that we ask for those referrals. Those referrals are awesome, awesome, awesome. But let's get back here to identifying our premium packages, right? Develop and offer premium service packages that provide superior value. This could include long warranties, faster service, or additional features that your customer would find beneficial. Now, if you listened, I didn't talk about pressure washing, right? Longer warranties, that gives that customer peace of mind. Faster service. Hey, we gonna be here. We got 3-4 trucks running, and we gonna be here within a day. I've got a guy out of New Jersey that they offer same day freaking service for pressure washing. Same day service. Last year they offered next day. This year they offer same day service, and they're at like $1-2 million a year business. And that's thinking outside the box. It's making it better. And guess what? It's having an amazing customer service, amazing stuff. And that's a great way that you can do that. You can upsell and cross-selling. A lot of people don't know. I'm in Jersey, Kyle said. A lot of people doesn't do this, right? The packages and upsells, cross-selling, maybe you own a different business. Maybe you do Christmas lights. This is a great example. If you own a Christmas light business and you're doing Christmas lights, you better be offering those Christmas light people pressure washing. Because if they're willing to spend $2,000 with you on Christmas lights, they will be willing you to they will also willing to pay for pressure washing. So that's why it is important that you make sure that you offer those things and that you do that. Target high-end neighborhoods, right? We're not going for the cheap people. The cheap people don't have money. There's a reason why, when you go down a street and you see a street that's all green, there's a reason why it's all green. They don't have no money. I hate to say that, but that's how we look at people. That's how we try to find people that we want to sell to our pressure washing services. And if you're not selling your pressure washing services or whatever services that you may have, target customers who are willing to pay more for quality work. This could be commercial clients or high-end residential clients where they are willing to pay for your premium services. Like I said, that house I showed you was a $14,000 job. So a $14,000 job. So it's going to take 2 days, right? That is what we're talking about. We're not talking about doing little jobs. We're talking about doing big jobs. And when we do big jobs, you get big rewards, and that is what we want. Thanks for the hearts down here. Live in TikTok now. Hey, I'm going to live everywhere that I can. I ordered my surface cleaner a month ago and still haven't gotten it. Well, I might be checking up on that. And then last but not least, improve your negotiation skills, right? Learn how to sell. Learn how to talk to the customer. Learn how to not talk about pressure washing. I know I've been hitting on this a lot, but again, try to quit selling pressure washing, guys. We're not selling pressure washing. If you're selling pressure washing, you're probably not going to be making money because you're selling pressure washing. I've got an 8 gallon a minute. If this is in your conversation, you're going to have an average ticket of $300. If you're talking about my 8 gallon a minute, we got professional equipment, whatever else that you might say that you think is good, but it's not, right? I promise you, it's not good. It's selling. You're not selling to the customer, and we don't understand the customer. We don't understand their needs. We don't know their pains. We don't know anything that they need to be able to sell to that customer better, right? And yes, can we negotiate? Yes. When we were with Chris Johnson and he did that started at like $3,600. He negotiated down to $3,200, and they bought at $3,200. They called for a $400 window cleaning and bought a $3,200 house wash, roof cleaning, everything for that. And so that's what you can do to be able to grow and get your business built and where you want to go. So that is definitely what you want to do. So someone asked over here that, oh, I didn't know I could do that. How do I do these comments here? What was your question up here about how to get leads, right? How does this affect us to get leads? I don't know something, but let's talk about that, right? So we want to be able to get leads any which way we can. That's and it's going to be, when you're first starting out, don't try everything. I mean, you can try everything, but become good at one thing. Don't try to do everything and be good at nothing. So if you don't have any money, like you're broke, you're starting out with $500, $1,000 and you're broke. And you don't be stupid and go buy $1,000 worth of equipment. That's the dumbest thing you can do. But you're broke, right? You don't have money to put into good marketing. Well, guess what? You got a phone and you got a network that you can get into. You can get into Facebook groups, right? You can go on Facebook and you can find all the Facebook groups out there. And when you're doing that, you can get into, all the neighborhood groups, get in all the mom groups, get in all of those Facebook groups, and we're going to start posting. Now, we're not going to post once a month and say like, well, Jason, the Facebook don't work. No, we're going to post on Facebook. We're going to get in those groups and we're going to keep conversations with people. We're not going to just be like, look, I'm a pressure washer, because nobody give two rats that you're a pressure washer, right? And so we're going to get in those groups and we're going to be helpful for other people. So when people say, hey, who's a good plumber? Bob the plumber is a great plumber. Who's a good electrician? Sparky's a great electrician. I would recommend them. Hey, does anybody know who a good CPA is, right? We're going to ask a question to see if we can pull other information out. Hey, I'm starting my pressure washing business. Do you think this logo looks better or do you think this logo looks better? Right? We're going to use that for our advantage in those groups of how do we do it. If you got $1,000, that means you can do 300 yard signs, and we're going to place them bad boys everywhere. We're going to do 50 this week, 50 next week, 50 the week after that, 50 after that. We just put out 200 yard signs in 1 month. If that doesn't get your phone ringing, I don't know what to tell you. Now, I didn't say I'm going to put 200 yard signs out for the whole year, right? I put out 200 yard signs in 1 month. And you know what I'm going to do so fourth week to fifth week, I'm going to start putting my yard signs back where I put them in the first week, because they're probably done gone. They're probably left at night, right? And if I know my areas and I know where I want to put those yard signs and I've done some due diligence, right? Running a business isn't hard. Running a business is all between here, the 6 inches between your ears. That's the most important part of running a business, is your mindset, understanding it, understanding what you can do, and understanding that you are an amazing person and you can do amazing things. And so that's why it is important that we do this, so that way you can get your brain to think on things that you do. Because as we do this, you'll be like, man, I can't do that. There's things that I never thought I could do. I'll be honest. I'm about to do things that I still don't think I'm going to be able to do. There's things that I couldn't do it all on my own, and as I'm reading this book, 10X, I'm going to set me a goal that I think is just absolutely crazy. Like, I don't think I could ever hit that goal. But if I never set that goal, you're right, you'll never hit that goal. When we don't tell our brain that you can do things and set goals, and you start working for those goals and you start doing things, then you will figure out what you need to do, right? This is what you need to do to be able to get to, maybe you want to just do $10,000. Well, set your goal at $100,000. What does it look different to do $1 million than it does do $100,000? What are things that you're going to have to do to hit the $1 million that are different than the things you're doing that are $100,000? And I'm going to tell you some of them. A lot of it is get rid of the 80% of the customers and stick with the 20% of the customers and find more of those, right? When we get rid of the 80% of customers that aren't worth a crap and we put more 20% customers that are our best customers, that our average ticket for them are, $2,500, 3,000, 14, like I was showing you, Lindy, $14,000. She's got jobs on here for $12,000, right? She's got some high ticket jobs. And is there anything special about her? No, there ain't nothing special about Lindy. She's about half crazy, right? And so that's the awesome thing about it is you can do amazing things, even if you are half crazy. So that is definitely something to think about when we are thinking about, what do I want to do? For a lot of you, $100,000 is a 10x goal for you, and that's awesome. You can do $100,000. I always tell people, and I love it that Chris was talking. He was hoping to hit his first $100,000 month in pressure washing last month, and he made it to $92,000. And I said, "What'd you learn from it?" He's like, "Well, we got this system bad, this system bad." He's like, "If you would have gave it to me last year, I wouldn't even been able to get that far." Because as we learn our skills, as we put the right people in the right places, who can I put into this place that can take this away from me, right? Who can I add that will take this away from me, so then I can work on the business and not in the business. So many of us are working in our businesses and not on our businesses. And when we work on our business, you will do amazing things. It's crazy how it works. When we're working in our business, we're doing $18 an hour task. We're doing $20 an hour task. We're not working on the $1,000 an hour task, the $10,000 an hour task, right? When we're not working on that, it will take us forever to hit the $100,000 when we're working on the $18 an hour task. It's going to take you forever, I promise you. And, if you're in my membership at kingdompressurewash.com, we were every other Sunday night. I don't know what happened to my camera. It's all jacked up here. Every other Sunday night. And so I was talking there, and we got a firefighter that's from New Jersey, and he was talking about how he's hitting numbers that, he's hoping to hit $20,000 that he would have never believed that he would have been able to do that, right? And so we were talking about finding employees. We were talking about, a lot of times people are like, there's no good employees. He's talked to all his other people, no good employees. And you know what it really comes down to is there's really no good bosses, right? No good leaders, no good systems. You don't have a system to be able to do the things that you need to do, right? Do you have a system of how you hire people? Do you have a system of how you do things to be able to do this, right? These are things that you have to think about that you can do and be amazing at. All right, let's see what all questions. If you guys got any questions over here, I would love to hear them too. Hey, sorry for interrupting, but do you believe in Facebook ads if I had 300 to spend right now? I personally am not a fan of Facebook ads for pressure washing. I know some people have been well with it, but I know a lot of people that have not done well with it. So I am a fan of Facebook for Christmas lights, but it's a different customer. It's a different person that we're dealing with, right? Christmas lights, we can play on heartstrings about the warm Christmas time and winter wonderland. You really don't work on that thing because women are mostly calling you for pressure washing, other than is your husband a sorry son of a gun and he's so busy that he don't have time to do the house chores, then that's who you're going to call, right? You can call me and I'll do all your house chores for you. I'll get the pressure washing done for you. So when we think about this is definitely something that we have to look at for Facebook. Does Facebook work? Yes, it has worked for people, even Facebook ads. I'm starting to try to run some ads. The biggest thing I would say with Facebook ads is test. See what brings in leads and see what doesn't bring in leads. And it's not just pick one ad and put it up there. Try. You actually want to try 9 different ads, put $1 a day on every one of them and see which one gets the most action, interaction, likes, all of that kind of stuff, and then we're going to bump that one up is what we're going to do. Our average ticket is $1,900 from Chris. That's after 4 years of hard training and the Lord blessing me immensely. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Learn your avatar. This one here is important. A lot of people don't know who their avatar is. You want to be able to know that avatar like I'm talking to you. Like, you know, you have 3 kids, you're married, you live in this subdivision or this type of house. You're a one family person that works. She's a stay-at-home mom. They drive a minivan or they drive an SUV, right? We want to know who our customer is. We want to know everything about that customer. They have a dog and a cat, and right, we want to know everything. They make $150,000 to $200,000 a year. They live in a $500,000, $800,000 house. And when I start thinking of that avatar, I'm going to start talking to that avatar. And so that way, when I talk to that avatar, they're like, oh, you know what? He's talking straight to me. Can you believe it? He's talking straight to me. He actually said my name. He said everything except my name. And when you get that far down with a customer, it's amazing how it works. And you know what you're not doing? Selling pressure washing, right? Am I selling pressure washing to a 40-year-old middle-aged female that has 3 kids and they drive an SUV and her husband don't work? No. I'm probably going to talk to her because her husband probably don't talk to her that much. You know, that's why I like women on the phone, because they'll sit there and chit chat. And guess what? They're not talking about pressure washing. They're talking about everything except pressure washing. And when you start talking about everything else except pressure washing, you build that know, like, and trust, and they'll buy from you. It's amazing how it works. My average ticket is definitely in the $350 mark, but I have very little business at this stage. It will go up with consistency and experience. And some of it is go in acting like you know it, right? Very true. Cheap customers are problems. Average ticket is $913. That is awesome. Thanks to you teaching me skills, I was able to build a water-fed RODI setup for $750, not counting the pole and brush. Works amazing, 0 TDS. Awesome. How should I do yard signs or Facebook ads? I love yard signs. Moneybushes.com is definitely where it is at. Moneybushes.com. I love yard signs. Yard signs, you know, I was talking with someone called me the other day, and I was talking with him. Who was it? I can't think of who it was now. Little's Pressure Washing. And so he has built a he's done 6 figures many years now, all off of no advertising, very little. And he's like, I made over $100,000 last year just from yard signs. So yard signs definitely work. Yard signs are amazing. I love yard signs. I will always love yard signs. So yard signs is definitely where it is at. If you're not doing yard signs, I'd highly recommend you to do yard signs. Again, it is definitely something that will get you a lot of business to be able to do yard signs. Let's see here. I've had to fix all my screens. In the house, last month, May, $10,000, 30-day average of $833 and 12 jobs. What's up? That's how I am right now. I'm working in, not on. Best way to clean dirt off asphalt parking lot from a job site? That's a good question too. It is just low pressure. That's where you really want like a lot of water coming, is what you want for that. So you can sometimes, like if it's new construction, you could run the surface cleaner with the pressure way down, but you really want the flow. Honestly, the best way to do it is get you a fire hose from the fire hydrant. That's the best way to do it. Because man, you can wash some stuff down with that. If you don't like this video, your average ticket won't go up. Exactly. June so far, $4,900, and 3 jobs average $1,600. Subscription service: 2 gutter cleaning, 2 window cleaning, house wash, concrete cleaning, 12 easy payments on auto billing. I like this, Jeremy. You do the first cleaning, and then every month after that, you start charging the subscription, and then that way you just keep right on going, and that is a great way to get consistent customers and make a lot of money at. Hey Jason, what would you charge today for that hotel that you washed? That first hotel that you washed? I would probably be in the area of, depends on, the one hotel. I think we were at $20,000. The holiday, or the Hilton in Florence. It was 3 buildings total, so it was a little bit bigger, but I would probably be that or more. It didn't take them that long either. So, how do you guys measure hand rail with wooden pickets for staining? A lot. I just did it off the square footage of the ground, so that's why I was at $8. If there was a lot, instead of being at $6 a foot, I'd be at $8 a foot to try to overcome that. Lucky Lindy: my first year I sucked at sales. Second year, okay. This year I feel like it has improved a lot. It's all about how you talk to clients, and when they're not interested, cover any concerns they may have. Tell them your step-by-step process and how you're going to take care of them. Question to everyone: what is your definition of success? That's a good question. What is your definition of success? What is your share to the live? Encourage more viewers to share. Bob. Oh, shared the live. Encourage. Oh, I didn't even know you could share lives on TikTok. I completely understand what you're saying, but I live in a very small country of only 22,000 people, and average income is only 50,000. The big tickets that you're talking about isn't realistic. Well, guess what? I've got news for you. So I was talking to Little's Pressure Washing, and he's actually in like a town of like 30,000 people. Less than that, I think. It's like 20 or 30,000 people, and the income is actually less than what you said, and he is hitting 6 figures. You don't hit 6 figures by not asking. You don't need, that's the thing, right? We don't need all of these customers. We don't need hundreds of customers to be able to hit $100,000. If our average ticket is so much, we don't need that many customers. If you're looking at 1,000 customers, and you're looking at $100,000, and you can find 100 customers with an average ticket of $1,000. I only need 100 of them. I don't need all of them. I only need 100 people willing to pay me $1,000, and I'm at $100,000, right? And this is the important part of why we do this and how we look at this, because if we don't, then this is a problem, and that's how we're not able to do that. Sunscreen: absolutely. Had a cousin who drove coal truck, ignored a spot on his forearm. 6 weeks later, had a closed casket funeral. Daggone, dude. One in my area is 60,000 with an average of $30,000. See, my one area is, yes. Same here, but if you muster the courage to ask for high, you will be amazed that you will receive simply by asking with confidence. I'm going to hit on this one here too, because Michael, I did a whole video on him. I remember it was about 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, and Michael was like, "Man, you just can't do $100,000." He'd been in business for a long time, never hit $100,000. And I did a whole video, a whole hour on him. It was up in, I know where I was at when I talked about it. I was up at Santa Claus, Indiana. I was walking around the ponds of, at the one hotel there, as I was giving him crap. I wasn't giving him crap. I was just telling hard truths, right? Sometimes hard truths come. He'd been in business for a long time, and so small town mindsets must be erased, guys. If you self-restrict yourselves, you'll fail. And this is 100% true. This is 100% true, man. If you think you live in a small town, nobody gonna pay you money, you're right. You're 100% right, because you don't believe in yourself, and nobody else will either. And so in this video that I had talked to him, because I had talked to him on the phone, I don't remember how the conversation was, but I knew he never hit $100,000. And I went pretty off on it, because a lot of people will tell me, you can't do that in my area. You can't make that in my area. And when I hear that, you're putting self-limiting beliefs on your own self. You are literally telling your brain that you can't do that. But if you, instead of saying $100,000, I can do $500,000. Guess what? Your brain will figure out how to do $500,000. But if you tell your brain you can't do $100,000, you can't make money because of this, this, and this, guess what? You're right. And you know what? Your close rate's not going to be high. I had somebody the other day message me and be like, "Man, Jason, I've gotten 10 leads, and I've only closed like 2 or 3 jobs." I said, "Good. What do you mean it's good?" I'm like, You're at 30%. Good. Go find 10 more leads. Close those 10. Sometimes you got to go find 20 leads to get to 6 leads. So these are things that you have to think about when you're doing that. This is the guy, Little Pressure Washing, just gave a super chat. That's one that has a small town and doing 6 figures. You can do it. But it's all up here. It's all up here. You will be surprised how it is all up here. If we tell ourselves we can't do it, you're right. You can't do it. And I'm not being mean. I'm just being honest. It's one of those things that, oh my gosh, I love Jason. It's almost one of those things that you have to do. You have to think 10x. Think of things that you would never believe that you could ever accomplish. Tyler right here. Tyler's going to do $1 million, right? He's going to probably do more than that. In the next couple of years, I about guarantee you he will do more than that. Does he know what he's doing right now? I mean, he has me as a coach, but that ain't, he's Tyler, right? He's Tyler. I give him ideas and I give him things to do and try to, tell him kind of halfway the brain which way to go. And he will do it. He's not afraid of taking action. A lot of people are so scared to take action. And some of it is asking. You're so afraid to ask more than $300. Because we had somebody ask, what if I go into really nice neighborhoods, I can charge more? Nope. We're going to charge the same people that we charge in the really nice neighborhoods as the poor neighborhood. Or we're not going in the poor neighborhood, right? Our close rate is our close rate, and that's all it is. What's your thoughts on Angie's Leads or company like that? I'm not a big fan of it. Yeah, I think it's stupid. Jason, are you going to do Xmas Facebook ads? I am. Facebook is killing for us, but we've been doing it for 15 years. And here's the other thing about it. You do it all the time. You don't just do it one time and be like, whip, that's all I'm going to do. You got to do it all the time. I do have an average ticket of $550. That's pretty decent for this area. Thank you for the super chat. Who cleans the middle income homes? That's a good question. The $99 guy. 55-year-old woman is our most frequent customer. I love it. I love it that you know how old they are, right? Or you can kind of figure it out. Where did you hear know, like, and trust? Dude, that's been in most books out there, and in any sales training will tell you it. It's in this book right here. If you haven't read this book, I highly recommend it. Even you guys down here on Tiki Talk, if they'll let me show it to you. The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes. A great book. Highly recommend this book. It's a great book. That's what I got to say about it. My battery's going to die. I'm in Walmart. I'll catch you the playback when I get home. This is who I was talking about. Little's Pressure Washing, right? Lives in a little town, making a lot of money. Average ticket this year is $948. $47. I want to talk about Kentucky Pro Wash, right? His average ticket's $947. I think he said he's made more this year than he did all of last year, right? And I want to talk about this, right? This guy is I'm pretty sure you're in Lexington, if I remember right. You're out of Lexington, Kentucky. And I got a guy in Lexington, Kentucky, been there for 20 years working in Lexington, Kentucky. And his average ticket is $500-600. $500-600. But this guy in the same area has got an average ticket of $947. What's that tell you? Don't be afraid to ask. Just because you've been doing it forever, you got to ask. I hear it. You know what I hear out of the other guy? There's just so much competition in Lexington. There's just people everywhere. Yep, there is. But what are you doing to get that average ticket up? What are you doing to get that phone to ring? Do we forget about the middle income homes and just target the rich homes? I mean, I'm going for here's the thing that I would say for this right now. For 2023, this is what I'm going to say for 2023. 2023 is this right here. The lower income is still going to spend money no matter if they got it or not. The higher income is still going to spend money. Right now, the middle class is feeling it pretty hard, right? The middle class, like when you go out to eat, it's $10, $15 for McDonald's. It's $4 a gallon, $3.50 a gallon of gas. The middle class, that's hitting them pretty hard right now. So a lot of those are already out of budget and have too big of a house payment and everything else. And so, I would probably be focusing toward the upper middle class to the higher end. Headed to Memphis to quote a $3.5 million house. The gentleman owns 25 hotels. Boots on the ground marketing. I'll call you, Jason, in the next day or two, and we'll get together. We landed a contract with a popular storage facility. They have 32 locations, and we already done one, just me and my wife. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome, Palm Tree. Yep, that's I already answered that one. What's up, Kyle Davis? Means no business. How do you clean nature stone? SH? I don't know. Nature stone. What's nature stone? What's up, bud? Sign wars. Don't get into them. That's what I'd say. I reached out to him through email, proposal, and responded back, and we just got off the phone, and the rest is history. Action, action, action. Good day from Australia. That's awesome. Jason, we scheduled to reach much more than $100,000 this year. I know, because you're awesome, and that's what's awesome about it. And you're killing it. And you raised your prices, and you started doing packages, and that's what happens when we do that. I've got maintenance to do today in preparation for a $6,000 week, me and my son. Phone's about to die. I got to catch it. Hey, Barry, thanks for the mixing videos. I'm going to use it several times this week. I tried to log in the pressure washing course, but nothing popped up. It says dashboard and 2 other things. All right, I will have to get in there and look at it. I know I seen you sent me an email, and I haven't got to my emails since like Thursday. Did $20,000 last month off of Facebook ads, but my CPL is jumping up. Any advice? No, I don't. I received a message for Zoom call, but I think it's too late. I just got back from a job. Yeah, I will have the replay up tomorrow. I'm familiar with the saying, just wondering where you heard it. Oh. Yeah, competition. That's another one. Competition is irrelevant. If you don't recognize it and worry about your own journey to your own destination. When everybody tells me, well, Jason, there's just so much competition. They've got this many 5-star reviews, and they got this, and they do this, and they do that. Okay, what are you doing? You're worrying about what they're doing. Quit worrying about what they're doing and start worrying about what you need to do. It's amazing how it works. When you focus on you and not on them, guess what? You're working on your dream and not theirs, because that's what they want you to do. Upstream Power Wash. I'm in South Florida, and yes, that's Norm. These guys down here are just something else, and ignore and put out that. Oh, you're out of Corbin, Kentucky. So Corbin, Kentucky is even worse than Lexington, Kentucky, and having an average ticket of $900. Corbin, Kentucky's out in the middle of nowhere. They actually made them news yesterday. If you can't get big tickets on residential, start bidding commercial jobs, daycares, furniture stores, grocery stores, tire shops. They pay good. I do it all the time. Go find, I did a church, $6,800. It took me 4.5 days. Go find apartment complexes, all that good stuff, for sure. Yep, I'm concentrating on me and no one else. What's old TikTok doing? Let's see. If you don't take care of it right now and try to get jobs. Oh, started doing landscape lighting. Yep. I like the permanent lighting too. If you haven't checked out the permanent lighting, it's pretty cool. Again, if you want to learn about permanent lighting and Christmas lights, you can go to kingofpressurewash.com or KPW Train. And we are having a training coming up in Indianapolis. The first day will be Friday, and it's going to be Christmas lights in the morning. It's going to be permanent lighting and landscape lighting. And then we're going to go out to the house and we're going to do all the skills there. So Friday will be a long day. It will probably be a 10-hour day. And then Saturday, we talk about marketing, because we love marketing. And then Sunday, we will do the, Sunday, we will be at pressure washing again. So it will be the pressure washing. So we got Sunday, we got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can either come for Christmas lights or you can come for pressure washing, or you can save money and do everything. So that's what you can do, for sure. Also, if you want to check out, if you need a website and you want a website that I do for you, you can go check out kingofmarketing.io. I have the $97 template one, and I will have that. Also, I have set a goal. I hope I'm going to hit it. I'm not going to hope. I'm going to hit it. That I will have the revamped pressure or Christmas lights site up, and the whole thing. It's going to have the website stuff. It's going to have everything for you in there. So go check out that also. Will be coming out in July. Thanks. I appreciate you. How would you approach a church to clean it? Go ask the pastor if they want it cleaned. If you know the pastor, then that's even better. I don't care what the cost of bleach is. I don't care how long my injector lasts. Do you have a wash name people call you? I'm struggling to find me good insurance. What should I tell them? My goals are in the beginning. Everywhere I've applied have denied. I don't know where you're located at. If you're located within the 3 states of Kentucky, Indiana, that area, I don't want to do that. You can go find Matt Zinzer, and he can help you out there. Mr. Chris Johnson. Oh, shoot, that's stupid. Anyone use Marcate? A lot of people do. But yeah, so all I do is an hour on here. So TikTok, everybody, I hope you all have a great night. Again, if you want to go sign up for King of Pressure Wash training, for the in-person training, it is a hands-on training. Like, you actually get to put lights on, you actually get to spray the house, you get to do the work. And that way you understand it. Saturday is marketing. We go over everything. We go over how to get people, how to get jobs, how to do everything. I go over how to find out right personalities, right? Not just selling to, we actually sell to people. And the thing that I love about this is people are like, they have that aha moment of, oh man, that makes sense, that I'm not selling to people, right? Or I am selling to people. I'm not selling pressure washing. And when we quit selling pressure washing and start learning the people and what their love language is and what their disc profile is and who they are and what makes them tick, man, we can sell them anything we want to. We can sell them we can sell them $2,000, $3,000, $12,000, $14,000 jobs when we understand the people. When we don't understand the people, we sell pressure washing and we sell that we have equipment and we do blah, 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 and people don't care about that. So with that, again, the book I would highly recommend you all to read this week is 10X is Easier than 2X from Dan Sullivan. But other than that, I hope you all have a great night, and we'll see you all later.